This video is a demonstration of the negative pressure enclosure, its setup, use, maintenance, and breakdown, and is geared specifically for emergency department technicians, respiratory therapists, and nursing staff to get familiar with how to use and operate this device. There are two types of enclosures, the tall or regular NPE and the short, smaller, and narrower NPE light, useful for the CT scan gantry, the operating room, and the cath lab. Functionally the same, but for this demonstration we'll use the regular. In the event that a COVID-positive patient requires intubation, the hood will be placed at the head of the bed overlying the patient's face. While the emergency department technician is preparing the NPE and drape, the respiratory therapist is preparing with the glide scope and equipment needed for intubation. At this point, all equipment necessary for intubation should be inside the NPE by the patient's face, including BVM and glide scope. A technician will take the hose from the wall suction and place it into the exhaust port located at the side of the NPE. Then a technician will place a viral filter at the top port of the NPE. Make sure suction is placed onto continuous and at maximum. With the patient in the bed, place the drape at the foot and open it towards the head over the top of the NPE as demonstrated here. It is important to open the drape in this fashion so that the holes used for the intubator and respiratory therapy line up properly. At this point, the drape can then be opened towards the patient's left and right to completely cover the patient. Tuck in the drape on both sides of the patient and at the head of the bed, which will improve the negative pressure. You will notice pre-made holes such that intubation can be performed at the head of the bed as usual.
Okay.
There are also ports on both the left and right side of the patient for respiratory therapy to assist. It is at this stage that pre-oxygenation can be performed. If CPR is necessary, the enclosure is narrow enough to have access to the breastbone for compressions. If possible, keep the NPE on as long as possible to allow more time for the negative pressure to remove the viral particles. Once the procedures are completed, the side exhaust port hose can be removed. The drape can then be removed as well and thrown away, followed by removal and disposal of the viral filter. Thoroughly wipe down all the surfaces of the NPE using sterile wipes and then store the NPE. And that concludes the instructional video of how to use the NPE.